I want it to be geography.
Oh my God. Taylor sent me that link the other day. How many of the countries did you label correctly with no guide, Taylor?
Either 145 or 147 out of 195 because I couldn't get the fucking system to accept my Democratic People's Republic of the Congo over and over.
You know how to spell it correctly.
I couldn't. No, it's easy to spell. It's just they didn't have it. Apparently, I needed to do Rep of the Congo. I checked afterward, not Democratic People's Republic.
I wouldn't have gotten half that many. I really wouldn't have. Like when I saw you got all the stands correctly. Like you don't have I can't. No, I don't know all the stands correctly. I know Afghanistan.
Taylor, the secret is cheating.
There's 7 stands. Right.
I think I would do pretty well with this. Other than like the little mini islands that their own thing, I wouldn't get those, but I think I'd do pretty good at this.
I'm ashamed at my miss of Vatican City and Libya and
Taiwan and
Qatar.
Is this your thing, Taylor?
And Cambodia.
Yeah,
I got everything else, but I didn't get these ones. And all these island countries.
Oh, the red ones are the ones you missed.
Yeah, these are all the ones.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't.
Missing Liechtenstein's understandable for a non-European. And you didn't get Andorra, or did you get Andorra?
I believe I got Andorra, but
okay.
This is incredibly impressive. And what's interesting about like your second go, you knock out 4 more at least. Like you wouldn't forget things like Taiwan and the Vatican next time.
Missing Palestine is a choice of yours.
We talked about this on the show, and in my heart of hearts, I was like, I'm not saying I can beat Taylor, but I'm not willing to lay down without trying. Dude, I'd have missed Malta, and I've been there. Like, it's ridiculous. I can't hang.
It was fun. I was just sitting there for, I guess.
Did you have a list of countries?
No,
you just type it.
So I just went top to bottom in both, where I was like, I know obviously the whole North and South American continent, and then I know all of Eastern Asia, and then I know most of Southeast Asia, and then Central Europe gets a little tough with some things, but it's Africa that it really, really gets seedy and difficult.
Yeah, I will say this: Americans get a lot of shit for geography, but if Europeans do not know countries in the EU, like you guys know states in the US, and it's borderline the same thing. That's something that you guys don't get credit for. There's so many states in the US. I'm sure you guys can name them, or at least like 90-something% of them. A lot of English people, like the common English person, would have no idea what's going on in the Slavic area of the
states are a joke. I could name all the states from the top of my head. No matter.
Wait, do you know the capital of Missouri?
I will get it. Missouri.
Why do I think it? Missouri has 2 major cities in it, and they're both trying to escape. And I bet it's either of them.
The capital of Missouri. I don't know what the capital of Missouri is, for fuck's sake.
No.
I don't know.
Feel like...
Here's a hint. It's not Kansas City, and it's not St. Louis.
Nope.
Those are the ones I was referring to. And those are the only ones I can name.
Springfield, Missouri?
No. Nope. Jefferson City.
Jefferson City. I would never have
coming. Yeah.
Not a great place.
So wait, hang on a second. I was thinking Kansas City. That is not the capital city of Kansas.
No, Kansas City is in Missouri.
Yeah.
You guys need to really
we need to fix
that. That's an absolute joke.
It really is absurd when you learn that, and because if you don't live there, like I don't, like you just assume that Kansas City is in fucking Kansas.
Isn't a little bit in Kansas or something like it?
A couple of the suburbs spill out into Kansas, but it's the city itself and most of the suburbs are in Missouri.
Yeah. The only reason I know state and city names in the US is from UFC Fight Night cards, basically. Like or Des Moines, Idaho, Des Moines, or whatever it is. Yeah, Stockton, California.
The only reason I know countries is because we bomb them.
Yeah.
Like,
and then we learn.
I know I can find that now.
Oh, what did Iraq's capital used to be before we erased it?
It's now rubble. Kansas and Arkansas not pronounced the same. There you go. That's a fun thing.
I mean,
that's a good point.
Wow, wacky.
Kansas.
Yeah, what is the pronunciation guideline for Arkansas? Like, why is it that way? Is that French? Is that
probably? Wasn't the US split up between the English, the French, and the Spanish, and that's why they all have different names? San Francisco, Los Angeles, compared to Missouri and like Mississippi and all of these places.
Yeah, and then a bunch of our states are Native American Indian named.
Idaho, Southeast, a lot of them are.
Idaho apparently is a totally made up name. Like a guy just said, there were the Idaho Indians, and it wasn't a thing. He just named it Idaho for no reason.
Sometimes you'll hear about like there'll be a river named the Waxahachie or something, and they're like, "What does it mean?" And, well, they asked the Indian what the river's called, but he thought they were asking where's the river, and he said over there. So Waxahachie means over there. It'll be some shit like that. Like I grew up around the Tugelo River and all that stuff. There's no way that's how the Indians pronounce that shit. There's tons of that stuff in Georgia.
Tuvalu. That's another one of those.
You guys had your own Stonehenge and it got vandalized or destroyed or something.
Yeah, they blew it up with tannerite. It looked like.
What'd they do with it? Is it better? That was years ago.
So it was a mystery as to who had put that there. So it wasn't like a public thing. So I don't think they replaced it with anything. So it was in Elberton, Georgia, I believe, or in that area thereabouts. I've been there before because it's right off the side of the road.
The Guidestones, right?
Yeah, the Georgia Guidestones. It was right off the side of the road near an area we hunted in. There was a lot of public land, and we'd go bow hunting for deer in there. And so we stopped and like walked around and looked at the thing one time. I think that it had in multiple languages the instructions on how to like rebuild society after an apocalypse, and no one knew who put it there, and it was this big expensive thing, and then some loon blew it up for no reason, but it happened kind of around the pandemic, so it was conspiracies were big, so if they got us locked up indoors and then they blew up the Guidestones. How will we rebuild now?
I imagine some Georgia vandals driving around and they're like, you know what? Mailboxes just don't do it for me anymore.
It was probably a younger version of you. Yeah.
I wouldn't have done anything like that. Like the craziest thing we did was putting like big fireworks in mailboxes and stuff like that. But the idea, like it's hard to tell from a video, but it looked a lot like when I used to blow up cars and I put 10 or 20 pounds worth of tannerite on something and shot it with a gun. Like it was a big pop.
Speaking of COVID, do you think they'd be able to pull off another lockdown with the way people's minds are now since the first one?
Yeah, most people are retarded. They could easily.
Yeah, they'd stop locking people up again. They'd start dragging soccer moms off of fields for not wearing masks and locking up couples on beaches for sitting next to each other all alone, and people would snap to again, especially if it were an exotic sounding, dangerous virus that wasn't just a super flu or a bad flu. If it made you bleed out your asshole and die, we'd hunker down.
Oh wait, everyone doesn't do that?
No, Woody, everyone doesn't do that. For the last time, stop sending me those pictures.
Yeah, like the hentai virus.
It's horrible. And why do you have to be in it naked? Like what?
He's like posing next to the toilet bowl like it's a fish you caught.
Give it a thumbs up selfie. Do a bloody
I just send back a crying emoji every time. Oh.
Yeah, no, Guru, 100% they could get away with it again.
Yeah, you think so? I don't know. I have sort of some respect for Americans not tolerating that shit. I know the UK would be locked down immediately.